Hi, I'm Analise Scarpaci, and you're tuning in to Cue the Conversation with Molly.
Mic is on, the show's begun. Cue the conversation. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cue the Conversation. I'm your host, Molly, and if you're new here, each week I interview someone from the Broadway or touring world, either past or present, and have a great conversation with them, talk about their career, and maybe get some advice or some crazy stories, and have a great time. So today's guest, I actually have the amazing Analise Scarpaci, who originated the role of Lydia Hillard in Mrs. Doubtfire on Broadway. She also played a few different roles in Matilda on Broadway, as well as a couple of other shows. She has had a wonderful career, and then she even has some music out. So if you should totally go listen to her album "Pathetic Little Dreamer" and her single that she just came out with last year, that's last September, I think. You should totally go listen because her music is amazing. So yeah, before we get into the interview today, I wanted to discuss Tony nominations because at the time of this recording, the Tony nominations just came out yesterday, and I am just dying to talk to you guys about them and discuss them and tell you guys what I think which is gonna win each one. And I actually have my dad slash producer here today to talk with me about it. Wow, I can't. Words aren't wording. My producer slash dad. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Molly, and everyone listening or watching.
Yes. So let's get into it.
Yes.
Which one did you want to talk about first?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Obviously, we figured we can go through your top 5 or top 10 of the categories
Yes.
that you.
I have my
Yeah.
wonderful Glinda notebook here. Just thought I had to show it. Um, I have the best musical first. I have that one
Yes.
written down first. So
Do you want to say the nominees first, then?
yeah, I'll say the nominees.
Yeah.
And little PSA first. This is just our opinions.
Total opinion,
And
like
it's hard because we haven't seen these shows or like seen these people's like perform. So it's hard to like try to figure out who's gonna win. So this is typically just like going off of like what we've heard other people say, like, oh,
exactly.
this show's really good, oh, this person's amazing.
Yep.
That's
And
typically what we're going off of.
previous work as well.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so this is literally just for entertainment purposes only. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is nothing like
Just for
real
funsies.
serious. Yeah, just for fun.
Yes.
Everyone's amazing. Everyone who's been nominated is truly amazing, and
Oh yes.
they've been now obviously were nominated for a reason. So
Right.
anyone can
Exactly.
win. Like this is
Yes.
just like
For
just our
sure.
opinions.
It's anyone's game.
Yep.
Okay, so the nominees for Best Musical of the 2025 Tony season is Buena Vista Social Club, Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, and Operation Mincemeat. So I think maybe Happy Ending will win. I just know that like a lot of people have been raving about this show. Do you agree?
Yeah, I also have maybe happy ending just because we did listen to the soundtrack
Yes.
on the way home from seeing Dogman the musical. Right,
Yes.
your two younger siblings really wanted to see that, so we drove to Jacksonville and saw it. So
Mhm.
which was about what a couple hours away.
Yeah, not too bad.
So we're like on the way home, we're like we have to listen to maybe happy ending because we both love Darren Chris.
Yes.
So and the soundtrack was really good. And so I personally like Darren Chris, and like you didn't like Darren Chris.
Mhm.
So this, like I said, these are just our opinions. I
And
mean, we want it
Helen's
to win. I mean, will it win? I have no clue. I
right.
wish I could see all these shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe happy ending, or I
Mhm.
hope maybe happy ending will win.
Yes. Okay. So I know there's a lot of categories here. I picked specific 8 to talk about
All right,
because
that's fine.
I'm not going to talk about all 26.
No,
So the next one I have is Best Actress in a Leading Role in a Play. Uh,
okay.
I hope Sadie Sink will win. I really hope she wins.
Yes, I agree. I didn't pick her though.
You didn't?
No, let me see. I had a best actress in a play. Oh, I
Yeah.
picked Mia Farrow
Oh,
just because
from the
she's a
roommate.
legendary
Okay.
screen actress
Oh,
and she's a legendary actress. So I just figured
yeah.
her um, performance must have been amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was one
Yeah.
of those kind of things. Like I said, once again, we haven't seen any of these plays or musicals,
Yes.
so I'm just going by what other. I'm just going by her previous work
Right.
in this one.
I love Sadie Sink from Stranger
Yeah, I mean,
Things. So
you and I are huge Stranger Things fans. So
got my Stranger Things Tumblr right here.
yeah, exactly. So no, for sure, if she wins, that'll be amazing. But
Mhm.
I just for just you and I to go against each other because we, of course, we're gonna do this on Tony's. We're gonna do all 26 categories, and then whoever wins, maybe we'll get a prize or something. But
Yes.
yeah, Mia Farrow, that's what I picked.
Okay, cool. And then the next one I have is Best Actress in a Leading Role in a Musical. This one's hard. I think this is another one where it's anyone's game, but I have Audra McDonald.
Oh, me too.
Just because. I
Me
mean,
too. Yeah.
she's a legend.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I would be shocked if she didn't win. Just
She
because.
is now the most nominated actress ever.
Yeah, she is.
Mhm.
And just what I've heard, like people say about her performance in Gypsy,
Oh yes.
and a little spoiler, but in the Analise Scarpaci interview, you'll hear her talk about Gypsy and Audra. So
Mhm.
that's
And John Proctor is the villain. We talked
yeah,
about that too.
definitely. But yeah, I just Audra McDonald. I mean, when you and I were watching the nominations yesterday, I think it was Spectrum News based out in New York. They
Yeah.
a few of them said, look out, and Nicole Scherzinger, she
Mhm.
could be definitely a possible winner.
Yes.
Her performance in Sunset Boulevard, I guess, was really really amazing. So,
Mhm.
like I said before, every one of these people could win.
For sure.
I
For
don't think
sure.
I don't think it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, that person won. You know what I mean? Like
No.
everyone's amazing. So
Mhm.
I just want to see Audra win another one.
Same. Yes. And then next is Best Actor in a Leading Role in a Musical.
Oh,
Now this one
this one,
is
forget about it. So
so
tough. Yeah.
tough. Like even more tough than the last one. Like this one, it's stacked.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Jeremy Jordan.
Mhm.
Just because I feel like, yeah, I mean, once again, previous work, with him, and
Right.
I just feel like Floyd Collins. I don't know. I mean, I would just assume his role is probably more dramatic than say like, um, I'm trying to think. Well, Jonathan Groff and Justin Time. That's the thing. I don't know how much of a
Mhm.
dramatic role it is, as opposed to more if it's comedic or
Yeah.
I know what's the what the music of Bobby Darin and but I'm just assuming the Floyd Collins. I'm just assuming that is more of a serious role.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So and he's such a good actor and singer.
Yes. Mhm.
But it could be any of them. Darren Chris is another good one. It's just
Yeah,
Jonathan Groff.
I have Darren Chris.
And then
I really hope he wins. I really do.
oh, you're picking Darren Chris?
Mhm. I
Yeah.
think it's his moment. It's his time.
Yeah, and then I don't have all the nominees in front of me right now, but
I do.
the actor who's the original genie.
Mhm.
What's his name again?
James Monroe. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Spell it out.
Iglehart.
Eagleheart? Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
All the theater kids and everyone in the comments are gonna be like, you don't know how to pronounce his name?
I'm sorry. I don't want to
I'm
mispronounce
bad
it.
with names. I'm good with faces. I know, and I know I know who he is too.
I'm mostly good with names, but sometimes the pronunciations get me.
But I could see him winning too. If
Mhm.
I mean Louis Armstrong. I mean, if he does it, of an amazing job as I think he did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so tough.
And then I've heard a bunch of good things about Tom Francis and
Yes.
Sunset Boulevard as well.
Yeah, that too. That's another. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I said like any of them can win. But I personally want Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, some of the soundtrack for Dead Outlaw came out today. Part
Really?
1 of the soundtrack of Dead Outlaw.
Seriously?
Yes.
Because I was just asking about that yesterday. Remember?
Yes. Mhm. Because yeah, Andrew Duran got nominated for Best
Okay.
Actor. So
One thing that Molly and I do is actually this is how this podcast pretty much came about. A couple years ago, it started where when we take trip. We're from Cleveland, Ohio, and we live in Florida now. But we go visit our family. We'd listen to soundtracks, Broadway soundtracks, from
Mhm.
literally the overture to the finale. and then we'd rate it. We'd rate the soundtrack just based on just the music and voice, the performances of the actors and just whatever. And so I know when we're going to Cleveland, and then we're going to New York as well in the summer. So Molly and I have a list of musicals we want to listen to. I know Gypsy's one of them. We have a whole list.
Yes.
And I just mentioned something to Molly yesterday about Dead Outlaw. I was like, "Oh, is that one out yet?" And we looked it up. It wasn't out yet, but then
Yeah, they just released the first 7 songs today.
you didn't even tell me. You had to wait
I
till
was
the thing.
going to. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
It's okay. All right, so go ahead.
Okay, so the next one I have is Best Actress in a Featured Role in a Musical. This is another one that I think is also tough. I honestly haven't decided. There's 2 I have that are just tied right now.
You have to, because if I say it, then you're going to copy me.
No, I have 2, and I can't decide between
Well,
the
I have 2 as well.
It's more like one I think is gonna win, and the other one I really want to win.
Okay, who are the 2? All right, just who are the 2? Because I wonder if we have the same 2.
Joy Woods and Gracie Lawrence.
Exactly, my 2. But
Yeah.
I picked Joy. I picked Joy Woods. Yeah.
Yeah, I will too. Just because I don't know. It's hard because I haven't seen. I mean, we've heard Gracie Lawrence in her band Lawrence.
Yes.
So we know her singing voice very well, but I don't know.
But Joy Woods, I mean,
I know
she's amazing.
I absolutely.
They
loved
both
her
are amazing.
in
They're
Notebook.
all amazing that are nominated, but I want one of the 2, Joy or Gracie to win. I don't care which one. I want one of the 2.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so then I thought we'd talk about best scenic design of a play.
Oh, it's Stranger Things next.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yes.
that's what we want.
Stranger Things needs to win all the technical categories.
This is who we want, by the way, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just assuming it's just not going to be. We saw pictures too.
Now, yes, I did look up all the pictures for the sets of this one.
Yes, I think.
English looks very good. It's a bunch of classrooms, so that one's cool.
So you've done your homework. I have to do my homework. I just picked Stranger Things because I just figured, you know what I mean? Because from just the pictures I saw from Stranger Things,
that one should win, but English could win as well. And then Good Night and Good Luck also looks like a cool set. Starring
George Clooney, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which I have him down for best actor in the play.
I do too.
You do too. Yeah.
Yes. I put Louis McCartney as a question mark in Stranger Things because
I heard
his performance is amazing.
I heard it was amazing. Yeah.
But I do have George Clooney. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Best scenic design of a musical. This one is so hard. Literally, all the sets look absolutely stunning. Especially Swept Away. It's literally a huge pirate ship just on the stage.
Seriously?
It looks insane. Yes.
No, okay.
Yes, but I think
I picked Just in Time just because
did Swept Away close, or did it announce its closing date? I don't know. Something, but I don't know. It wasn't nominated for that many.
I picked Just in Time just because the way everything the stage is set up and everything.
I picked that one too, but it's so hard because maybe Happy Ending, and that's another one that the sets look amazing.
We've seen B-roll and photos of that one, and that looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, I think best scenic design for a musical, all of them could win.
Mm-hmm.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who wins, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the time of this recording, obviously,
and the
Tonys are far away, but when this actually comes out, they won't be that far away.
Right.
The Tonys.
And the performances too. We're looking forward.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
And definitely, keep listening or watching because Analise talks more. You and her talked about the Tonys for a little bit.
So. We did. Yes.
So definitely, you want to get an insight of a Broadway star.
Yep.
What she thinks.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, last one. I think that we should talk about is best costume design of a musical, which Death Becomes Her should win. The detail on those costumes, oh my goodness!
See, you're doing your homework.
Beautiful.
Which could win too. I picked Just in Time.
Yes, I put that one as question mark. But then the Boop costumes, I've heard they change colors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Buena Vista Social Club, those look amazing. Maybe Happy Ending costumes also look amazing. So I think, yeah.
That's why they're nominated, right?
Mm-hmm. But I picked Death Becomes Her, yes.
I picked Just in Time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I would sit here and talk about the other ones and continue for another 30 minutes. But let's not do that because we want to get into the interview. So thank you producer slash dad, for
You're
coming
welcome.
on to talk with me about it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
I
This
sit behind
is
this. I sit behind the computer, and sit behind the scenes every time you interview these amazing people. I just want to get on and start talking to them, but I know you
mhm.
probably wouldn't like that, so I just sit here
No, that's
quietly.
okay.
I'm just kidding. No, you've been great. Thank you
Thank you.
for letting me
Yes,
come on.
of course. All right, enjoy the interview. Joining me now is the amazing Analise Scarpaci. How are you doing, Analise?
I'm doing great, Molly. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome.
So, what is it like to originate a role on Broadway?
Oh boy. Well, I've done it twice actually, technically, which is crazy to say at such a young age. But it
Mhm.
is very interesting and it's a really crazy process. The first time I did it, I was 12 years old and it was an ensemble role. So it was really fun to like create your track and, learn all the dances and learn all the songs and the harmonies and to have my name, like people do a Christmas story around the country regionally. And it's been really great to like get pictures and photos of the script with like friends of mine who were doing the show out of town, and it's like they see my name in the harmonies and it's like listed as my name. It just says Annalise and it's so weird. So that's really cool. But for Mrs. Doubtfire, that's it's totally different. I mean, it was my first principal role originating. It was a really magical experience just getting to be a part of something so special and getting to create something from the ground up. I've realized that a majority of my work that I have done has been based on films from the 90s, the 80s or 90s. So it was not a thing that was so far away from me to grab from the source material and use what Lisa Jacob, who originally played Lydia in the movie, to take what she had done and to keep it in my heart and honor it and make it my own. Because yes, I was older and I was a lot older than she was. And obviously it's a different type of show. It's kind of like similar plot lines, but very different from the source material. So it was really nice to just take what she had brought to the table and make it my own.
Yeah, that's really cool. I
Yeah.
bet it's so special to be, the original on Broadway and,
It
have
is.
everyone like look up to you for like, if they play the role after
Yeah.
you.
It's
Mhm.
been really nice. It's hard because the show itself didn't get the life that we had all wanted it to.
Yeah.
But what's so great about it is that it has done so well across the country on the
Mhm.
national tour. And the girl who played Lydia on the tour, Giselle, we became friends because of that. And the same thing with the West End. I mean, it's killing it over in London. And I think they played their final performance the other day, but now they're going on
Wow.
tour as well in the UK and Ireland.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
really successful. So it's really cool to know that, like, I started it. Like that was
Mhm.
it was me. And like you listen to the soundtrack, and it's like that's me on the
Yes.
soundtrack. So yeah, and all the girls who played Lydia over there as well, I became friendly with them too, and it's so cool that we have like this like a Lydia bond, which has been really
I
great.
love that. Yeah. And then speaking of the soundtrack, actually, how was that, being on an original Broadway cast soundtrack?
Oh my God. Well, it was everything that I've ever dreamed of since I was a little girl. I've always wanted to be. I mean, that's, where you get your introduction to theater is listening, a lot of the times, listening to the cast albums of shows.
For
So to get
sure.
to be a part of one is really cool. And especially, I'm a voice teacher now, while I'm also still acting, but just to get to be a part of something where I like my students have listened to it and they don't even realize it's me half the time, which is so funny. Um, yeah, just to get to be a part of something like that is that's forever. And we all have that. At least like we didn't have as long of a run as we had hoped, but at least we have that stays with us for a long time.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah, the soundtrack is really good. I love all the songs that you sing on.
Thank you.
Mhm.
The first one that I do, the opening number that's on the soundtrack is actually doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
So
wow.
that lived and died with me. So
Oh,
that
wow.
that is a lot of it. Some of it's the same, but it was originally called a number. This is a crazy story. So originally the number was called That's Daniel, which is actually what the number is called now. But originally it was called That's Daniel, and it started the show. The top of the show started completely different, and then COVID happened. So that was in Seattle. It was called That's Daniel. And then COVID happened. They completely changed the start of the show, and I remember seeing our director in the middle of the street, and he was like, "Hey, so when you get back, you're singing the opening number." I was like, "What?"
Oh.
I was not prepared to be the first voice that everyone hears when they start the show, when they start seeing the show. So that was really special, and it was a lot of pressure, but I was game for it and I was ready, and it was really cool that they put that faith in me and that trust. And
Mhm.
then when they went to London, they got rid of the number and they put back. They went back to a completely different version, but went to That's Daniel instead of What's Wrong with This Picture, which is currently on the soundtrack. So, but I'm partial to What's Wrong with This Picture for that
Yes.
reason, because they, was like my special song, and it's nice. It's kind of cool to know that it's like, yeah, I am the only Lydia who's done that version of it, which is cool.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a really cool
There are a
story.
couple there are a couple songs on that soundtrack that are only for us. Like my What's Wrong with This Picture, and You've Been Playing with Fire is no longer in the show.
Oh, wow.
So those two songs lived and died with Charity and I, which is really cool. And we were dressing roommates.
Yeah.
Makes it even more special.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like to keep on the like music topic, I guess. You
Mhm.
have, your album Pathetic Little Dreamer, which I absolutely love.
Thank
Do
you.
you have a favorite song off of that?
I do actually. Usually people are like, yeah, I don't know, it's hard, but my favorite is Seventh Stage of Grief.
That's one of my favorites as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I wrote that about a former dance teacher of mine. I grew up in ballet, and I wrote it a lot about being a perfectionist, because a lot of what, especially during that time, I wrote the album during the pandemic, um,
Mhm.
and I just felt like so completely trapped in my work and in myself, and I blame a lot of my perfectionism on my ballet training, and specifically this one teacher. And it's funny because a lot of people would call me and be like, "What boy hurt you?" And I'm like, "No, not that song, not that song, and not other songs, but not that song." Um,
Mhm.
yeah, that one was really it was very healing for me, writing that and recording that and getting to perform that when I do perform it in public, which is not very often anymore. But I do love that song. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
that's a
also
great
partial,
song.
like, I also like Flashbacks too, that just came out this past September,
Oh, yes.
single. That one was a really different experience for me, but it was about it's about a time in my life where I was really happy, and it was healing to, get those emotions out that sometimes only songwriting can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for someone who wants to, write and release their own music one day?
Yeah, I think I was always so afraid to write songs because it's really personal
Mhm.
to get your thoughts out there. I know that I think you just have to just do it. I know that that's probably what it may not be helpful advice, but I think you just have to write it. Like, I don't care if it's a song about a carrot. Like, my first song that I wrote was about carrots, and I love carrots, and it was stupid. And then, like, I remember the first song that was like when I was a kid, but like when I first started writing was when I was 17, and I was bored in class, and I heard a melody line in my head, and I'm like writing down. I was writing like writing profusely, and my teacher was like, "Are you taking notes?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm doing exactly what you're telling me to do, absolutely." And I wrote the entire song from start to finish in one class.
Wow.
And it was a terrible song. It was called Someday. It Will Never Surface the Earth.
Oh.
But it was the first time that I actually felt like, wow, this song's really good. And now I think back and I'm like, that is the worst song anyone's ever written ever. Nobody should see it ever. But the point is you have to write your first, and then you have to let the creative juices just flow. In order to create, you just got to do it.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a pretty fun time. I do.
Yeah. Do you have a dream role or dream show to be in?
Oh God. Honestly, I want to do something new. I know a lot of people say that. I want to do something new, but I would love to be in Waitress when
Oh,
they revive it
yes.
in like 10 years from now, and I'd love to play Jenna. Um,
Yes.
I would love to do, I want to do a classical show. I think there are a lot of people who don't believe that I'm like a classics person. I would love to be in Carousel. I'd love to do
Mm.
anything Rodgers and Hammerstein. I love the classics. I like Gypsy. I love Gypsy. I think Gypsy is the best musical of all time. I think it's perfectly
Oh,
crafted.
yes.
I think it's amazing. Um, yeah.
Have you seen it on Broadway right now with
Yeah.
Audra?
Mhm.
Yes.
It
Awesome.
was it was incredible. I mean, she is just a masterclass to watch. All of them are for an actor. I think every actor should go see Gypsy and look at the actors on stage and realize that as a collective ensemble of people, it is the best group of collective actors who are working together that I've seen in over 15 years,
Oh, wow.
hands down.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, I hope to see it when I go to New York this summer.
Yeah, definitely try and go see it.
Mm.
It's completely otherworldly.
That's really awesome. So, you were a swing in Matilda. Can you tell me what that's like?
I was. So, for those who don't know what a swing is someone who is standing by upstairs. In my case, I was in the tutoring room doing my homework. And if someone is on stage and they get hurt or whatever, or if they need to take a day off or whatever, I would be the person who fills in. We had a different circumstance at Matilda because we were alternates. Um, and that meant that we actually went on twice a week to give the person who was like on stage a day off.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we were kids and they wanted the kids to at least have an additional day other than their day off to be home. Um, so what's really cool about it is that I got to do two different tracks. Both tracks were really similar, but also very different. And my main goal as a child was like to be a dance captain. Like that's what I wanted to do. So like being a swing in Matilda was like, this is my stepping stone to being a dance captain. I want to learn all the parts. And I was always the type of person who's like, if you ever seen that video of Cher where she's like, I'm doing West Side Story and I want to play all the parts. And that's literally me. I want to do a version of Les Mis where I play all the parts, and that
Yes.
will happen one day. But anyway, being a swing was just so incredible because it was like fulfilling this dream that I've always had to learn as much as possible. And it really, Matilda itself trained, we all talk about this all the time. Matilda itself trained us for life in the theater as an adult, how to work backstage, how to be professional, how to take notes, how to, you know, receive a note from a creative team person. You say thank you so much and you write it down. You don't fight back unless there's an actual reason to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it really shaped us all into the humans that we are today, and it was very special.
Yeah. It's crazy, like with the talent with kids on Matilda. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we had a really good day yesterday. We had Tony nominations yesterday, and
Mm.
three of the Tony nominees were all in Matilda. One of them was a former Matilda. I was an absolute wreck all day.
Oh, wow.
Tina Straza, who is nominated for Best Featured Actress in a Play. She plays Beth in John Proctor's The Villain, which is,
Oh,
for
yes.
those listening, is the greatest play I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it twice. I will be going again multiple times.
Oh, wow.
Everyone needs to see that play. Every woman needs to see that play. Every man needs to see that play. Every human, every non-binary, everyone needs to see this play. Um, if you have a brain, like literally go see, take your dogs if they allow them in. It's just perfect. It is the perfect play. It describes the female experience in multitudes in a span of 110 minutes. It's just unbelievable. And Fina, I was just so proud of her because I mean, like, I was the oldest kid in Matilda,
Mm-hmm.
and to watch, because all these kids, like, these kids were like adding fractions while I was doing algebra in the corner. And you know, like, I was older. I was 14. I was in high school, and Fina used to sit in the corner and make little objects out of paper. She would come upstairs and she would have like a little radio and like a thing, and she would come up and made out of paper, and she'd a microphone, and like she would crinkle the paper up and put the wire and like tape it all together, and she would color it in, and she would come up to me with her little made out of paper radio, and she'd like let me sing it, and she was so cute, and now she's a Tony nominated actress.
Oh my
And it's
goodness.
just unbelievable to me, and I'm just so unbelievably proud of that, of Fina and Taylor Trench, who played Michael for a long time, and he's somebody I looked up to
Yes.
forever. And Gabe Ebert, who was Mr. Wormwood, who won the Tony for playing Mr. Wormwood, I believe when he was my age currently, which is crazy to think of that difference, because
Oh
when I met
wow.
him, he was my current. And that, you know, and I did see him a few weeks ago, and he was like, this is scary for me. He's like, you guys were children. And now it's like, you know, the shoe is on the other foot.
Yes.
So it's cool. It's really,
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even realize that there was three people from Matilda. Wow.
yeah, Matilda dominated yesterday. And
Yes.
Leslie Margarita got nominated for a drama desk
That's
the
right.
other
Yes.
day on Monday for Gypsy, which
Mm-hmm.
she's my everything. So
Yes. I was actually just gonna bring her up because you were in some of her Matilda vlogs, Broadway.com, right?
I was. It's my claim to fame. That was my peak.
Yes.
It's been all
Yes.
downhill since then, honestly.
I
Yeah.
love those. Those were great.
You know what? I'm so glad that they brought them back.
Mm-hmm.
They brought them back, and like, and I think that people really loved it. I mean, oh my God, we loved filming them. I'll never forget, like, when I would go on as Hortensia, there would be like a moment where I would sit on the steps, and I didn't get to do that when I was Alice. And what would be so fun about it is we would I was sitting on the steps one day, and Leslie just comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, so I need you to film something with me, and I'm gonna need you to be me. So put this robe on and go sit in the chair, and I'm gonna tell you what to do." And I'm like, "Okay," like anything that Leslie said. But and like Leslie will say this, and she has said this in interviews. Her and children just like they're like, she likes kids, but
Mm-hmm.
but her and children, like, children are her favorite. But for me, when I joined that cast, I think she, like, the two of us just had like a weird bond, and we didn't see each other often either. But like, she has been there for me since I was 13 years old, and like, I talk to her, and she's always there. She gives the best advice, and she's just amazing, and I want to be just like her. I never will
Yes.
be, but I want to be just like her.
She's the best. She's amazing.
She really is. Really.
Do you have any crazy onstage mishap stories?
Oh yeah, of course. Don't we all? Um, Lots of farting. Lots of
Oh,
farting. You know, we were just a bunch of gassy kids in Matilda, let me tell you. Just farting all the time. Um,
that's so funny.
yeah, it was great. And you know what? Nobody cared. We'd blame the farts on each other. It was fun. But my favorite story was in Mrs. Doubtfire when, in Seattle, in our Seattle run. We had I was originally in You've Been Playing with Fire, which no longer exists in the show's current state. But You've Been Playing with Fire, there was a dance section. And in Seattle, they had myself and Jay Harrison G dancing with the ensemble in this number. We were
Mhm.
all dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfires. because of the union said that if we were not differentiated as our principal characters, we are not allowed to dance with the ensemble because we were all dressed in the same way. So we were able to do it in Seattle, but when it came to Broadway, we were taken out of that number as our characters. But we had so much fun doing it in Seattle. So as I'm dancing, we had like Mrs. Doubtfire costumes. So I had like a leotard with a little bit of padding in the stomach and what I call beanie boobies, which were literal like boobs that would like filled with beans and sag to make us look like old ladies.
Uh-huh.
And we had like these types of glasses, and we have like a helmet that was in the shape of a wig, like Mrs. Doubtfire, that would just go right over our heads. We were dancing, and we also had like these black shorts that would go over it. We were dancing. I feel something like trickle down my leg. I'm still moving. I'm having a great time. Like I'm a dancer. Like I miss dancing and I love dancing, especially when it's like in a group of people. I felt this thing trickle down my leg. I hear stage management screaming in the wings, get it on the floor, get it on the floor. So I pick it up and I throw it. I don't even know what it was. I go off stage. I had to have a quick change right after. I'm in the quick change, and my dresser's like, someone's black shorts, they were literally underwear. Someone's black underwear fell off on stage. And I was like, oh my God, that must have been what I picked up and threw. And I'm like, it was mine. I get back to my dressing room, and there are my black underwear. My big, and they were like big because they had to fit over the belly. So there was like these big pair of underwear just like sitting at my desk waiting for me. I was like, are you kidding me? I danced so hard. I danced right out of my panties. I can't even believe I did that. And it's my favorite story.
Oh my goodness. That's
It was so
crazy.
good. It was so good. It was so good. Oh, we had some good
Yes.
stuff on that show.
If you had to pick one person to star alongside, who would it be and what show?
Ooh. Ooh, that's so good. Oh my God, there's
Thank you.
so many people. I don't think I've ever been asked that before. Okay. In terms mother-daughter relationship, Leslie Margarita in The Rink.
Yes.
Yeah, The Rink is such an underrated musical. I will die on that hill. I love that
I'll have to
show.
look that one up. Yeah.
Yeah, Leslie and I, when I did my solo cabaret a couple months ago, Leslie and I sang a song from The Rink, and I literally told my manager, I was like, if you want to just like send this out to people and just be like, hey, does anybody want to do The Rink for the two of us?
Yes.
And she was like, you're insane. I'm like, yes, I am. So that's like mother-daughter relationship. I would say in terms of like, I would love to do Waitress as Jenna with one of my really good friends, Jack Mastriani, as Dr. Pomander.
Oh, yes.
He was in A Christmas Story with me, and then he was my prom date, and we talk about being in Waitress. So I would love to do that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sending it out to the universe now.
Or Wicked. I mean, the list goes on. Wicked with. I just would want to be in shows with all my friends. Wicked.
Yes.
I would love to be Glinda. But I also would, if for one day, if I was to be Elphaba, I could do Elphaba with my friend Ava as Glinda. That's the only way I'd play Elphaba, and it would be for 24 hours because I don't want to do that 8 shows.
Yes.
I will do Glinda 8 shows a week though, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you like the Jonas Brothers, right?
I don't like them. I love them. I'm obsessed. Yes.
Yes, me too. Have you seen The Last 5 Years with Nick Jonas?
I'm going on Wednesday.
Okay, yes. Awesome.
I am going on Wednesday. I don't know where I'm sitting because I got the tickets on TDF, and I don't know where I'm sitting. But I have a friend of mine from college who works as an usher, and maybe he can move me down if we're far back. But I'm thrilled. I'm overjoyed. I can't wait.
Yes.
I
That's so
have
awesome.
seen some promo videos of him, and I mean, I just love him.
Yes, me too. It makes me so sad, like, people are just, like, just not really exactly thrilled with his performance.
You know, I have a comment about that because like there are so many people who are just so quick to jump to criticize everyone's performance in every
Mhm.
show. Like there's always just like everybody always has something to say about everything, and it's just like why, like there's already enough crap going on in the world. Like why can't we just like uplift people? Like everybody always has to just bring everybody down. It's so frustrating.
I know.
And that is my PSA of the day, everybody.
Yes. Love that.
Thank you so much. Inspirational speaker.
Yes. So, I have this little rapid fire section that I do with everyone.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite food?
Pasta.
Oh, yes, good choice. Favorite color?
Blue.
Oh, yes, another good choice. Favorite movie?
My cousin Vinny.
Oh, I haven't seen that one, but I know of it.
Oh, it's so
Fa-
good.
Favorite TV show?
Friday Night Lights.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that one as well.
Great show.
Favorite Broadway show?
Um, I have three: Billy Elliot, Gypsy, and West Side Story.
Oh, yes. Favorite music artist slash band?
Sarah Bareilles.
Yes, she's so amazing.
She's everything.
Yes. Go-to karaoke song?
Um, oh man, Gotta Go My Own Way from High School Musical too.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. That's such a
Yeah.
good choice.
Or This
Yes.
Is Me from Camp Rock, but most of the time it's Gotta Go My Own Way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am a Disney Channel kid for sure.
I live and breathe. I live and breathe Disney Channel.
Mhm. Yes. And then last one, favorite holiday.
Christmas Eve.
Oh, yes.
I'm an Italian. We
Mhm.
love Christmas, but we Christmas Eve is where it's at. We have the seven fish. We have so much food. It's just the best. I
That
love.
sounds awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
And since we were talking about the Tonys earlier, who do you think, or which musical do you think will win for best musical?
I'm honestly, I cannot really judge because I haven't seen all of them.
Mhm.
Um, honestly, and I also don't like to put things up against each other because of I have multiple friends and multiple productions that are nominated this year.
Mhm.
Um so honestly, like they're all really winners. I mean, even if you don't win, like the fact that they get to perform is the win in itself. I mean, it's the most I've done it. I did it when I was 13 for Christmas Story. It was the most unforgettable night of my life. I'll never like honestly, if I never get to do that again, I'm okay with it because I had that one night. But if I ever get to do it again, I will be sobbing for the entire evening. Like it is just as magical as what you would think it would be.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
Yes.
so perfect. It
And
is.
so then who do you think will win best actor best actor in a main role?
Let me look at who's nominated. I don't
Cuz
even.
that one is like stacked.
That one is stacked, super stacked. I think I honestly don't know. I mean, I saw Floyd Collins. Um, I saw Floyd Collins. I thought Floyd Collins was great. Um, no, that's literally the only performance I've seen, so I really can't judge
Oh wow.
as to
Mhm.
who. I'm terrible at seeing. I was all these shows like just kind of opened. Um, from the clips that I've seen of Tom Francis, um, I think he's great. I mean, obviously, I love Jonathan Groff. I love Darren Criss. They're all incredible
Mhm.
performers. I mean, it's stacked. So, I mean, honestly, it's anybody's game at this point for all the
Yes.
categories. I mean, we have a ton of celebrities. And I mean, obviously, I'm rooting for Sadie Sink
Mhm.
for Best Actress in a Play. And obviously, I'm rooting for um, Taylor Trench, and I'm rooting for Gabe, and I'm rooting for Fina, obviously. Um, but other than that, it's everybody else's fair game.
Yes.
Whoever takes it home, congratulations. I think you all deserve it. But honestly, like just being nominated is a win in of itself. I mean,
For sure.
when you hear, I mean, when you hear your name being called, I mean, God, I mean, I don't know, but like, oh my God, like I know what it's like to watch my friends get. I mean, I was a wreck yesterday, so
Mm.
I can only imagine what it must be like to hear your own name be called for something like that. So it's a win just to be nominated on.
Mhm. Well, I hope it happens for you one day.
You know what? I hope so. I hope so. You never know. I hope so.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yes. So before we end this thing, is there anything you want the viewers slash listeners to know about? Like anything you wanted to plug or any social medias or whatever?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and I'm on all the things, but primarily Instagram is like the most updated version of like where to get like, updates on my career. I just aired um, Law and Order Organized Crime.
Oh
I'm
yes.
on Law and Order Organized Crime episode 4 and 5. 4 just aired last night, and it's on streaming on Peacock. I play Gia Spezzano, and I play a girl in a very interesting Italian family, to say the least. So it's very interesting. Next week, I will say things go down. That's all I can reveal. Things go down next week with me and my siblings and my grandma. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be really exciting. So that's streaming on Peacock. And I do have something else in the works that I'm not allowed to say, but it's gonna be really exciting. So
Ooh,
keep an
fun.
eye out on my
Yes.
socials for that.
Well,
Yeah.
congrats on the Law and Order.
Thank you.
And your new project that's in development. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. It's gonna be really, really exciting, and I'm very excited to work with this director. It's gonna be really great.
Yay, I
I
can't wait.
can't wait for people to know about it too. I mean, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a really special one.
Yes, I can't wait. I'll be on the lookout now.
Thank, thank you.
Well, thank you so, so much for taking time to come on today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course.
Last great question. Honestly, the best question of the day was who I would want to be in a show with and what show. I've never been asked that question before, and that's the greatest question I've ever heard in my life. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad I could be the one to ask you that.
Yes, no, I'm serious. I'm like, wow, that really got me thinking. I love
I'm
that.
so happy. Thank you. All right, another great interview in the books. I was so happy with how that one turned out. It was so awesome. Thank you so much again for Analise Scarpaci for coming on. It was so amazing to talk to her about her career and everything that she's done. And yeah, I had a lot of fun talking to her. It was really nice. Just had a great conversation and an awesome time. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye. That concludes this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram at Cue the Conversation Podcast and on TikTok at Cue the Conversation. Don't forget, new episodes release on YouTube and listen in on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That's my cue. Thanks for joining the conversation. See you next time.